So I think that's a pretty big news because for just few reasons. One is normally when you use Microsoft technologies, you have Terraform is only for the Azure, which is like the infrastructure. So if you do infrastructure with Microsoft, you can consider Terraform. It's a very good language. And it was not officially developed, the provider, by Microsoft, even though we know it's a lot of employees on the spare time. And now with that news, it's not only solving one issue of the providers, but also we discussed about Microsoft Graph. So Microsoft Graph, just to remind, is the single API that lets you manage all the Microsoft 365 and Entra. So everything else that is not infrastructure. Overlap infrastructure, for example, security. Security, you have security alerts. You can even do like conditional access, in policies. With Microsoft Graph, you have two sub endpoints, and you have the version 1, which is the production, which is supported, and the beta. With this single API, you can do everything with Microsoft, almost everything. And until now, that was partially supported and poorly supported, in my opinion, with it was called Azure AD Provider in Terraform. On that Azure AD Provider, you don't have the latest features, and if the feature has an update, you can't really use it. You have to stay in beta, which is not supported. So now, that news, literally, I could not believe it. They said we're going to replace the Azure AD provider to MS Graph supported by Microsoft, and they used that keyword. That I was already excited. And that keyword was 0-day support. So 0 day, I'm not talking about because my conception of 0 day is the 0-day attack, and it has nothing to do with that. It's a 0-day support, aka if there is a new feature or an update to the MS Graph endpoint, it will be directly supported by Terraform. So now you can use Terraform to manage not only the Azure part, which is like the infrastructure, you can manage everything Microsoft. So it's a move into the good direction. And again, unexpected from Microsoft because that was acquired by IBM recently. And I was afraid that I have to learn Bicep because I personally don't like Bicep, I'm sorry. Yeah, I prefer one language and you control everything.